Welcome to the PDAC 2026 here in Toronto. I'm very glad to have with me here the CEO of Inventus Mining, Wesley Whymark. So how are you doing, Wesley?
Great.
Great. How's the show for you so far?
It's been pretty good this year, yeah.
Yeah. So you can start off by just giving us a bit of overview about a background about your company, Inventus Mining.
So Inventus Mining is a junior exploration and development company in Ontario, Canada. We're working on the flagship Pardo project, which is a Paleoplacer Gold Project. And what we see here is we're basically cash flowing from bulk sampling that is going to be used for resource development, including drilling and technical studies to build out how big this gold system is going to be.
So just talk a bit about your more project details here. You recently announced the continued expansion of your flat surface gold mineralization at Pardo. So what does it mean for the project's overall scale potential?
So regarding the bulk sampling?
No, it's just talk briefly about your Pardo projects. What's the potential there first? And then we talk about the bulk sampling.
Okay, so at Pardo, we've got about 16.8 million tons of this conglomerate, and it averages about 2.5 to 3.5 grams. We're pre-resource, but we're basically converting that tonnage into a resource by drilling a large diameter core. So that's what we've been using our capital for, is to develop this gold system at Pardo.
And you also have the bulk sampling ongoing and some drilling program also underway. Can you talk about, are these some of your milestones that investors should be looking for in 2026?
So the main things you should be looking for is us putting out a non-stop drill data, and our bulk sample results as they come. We're doing them in about 5,000 to 10,000 ton batches. So we have a 50,000 ton bulk sample permit. The first one we did the first one we got processed was in November 2025, and we essentially doubled our money on it. And that's kind of unheard of in our space. So more bulk sample results, people should be looking out for that. And at some point in 2026, probably Q3, we'll be putting out a mineral resource estimate. And what we're planning to do with that is use that to transition from bulk sampling into production, which we hope to kick off by the end of Q2, early Q3 of 2027. And the reason the timelines are shorter on that for us is because we're looking at off-site processing. So it'll be similar to our bulk sampling program, basically extracting and hauling material off-site to be processed.
Great. You mentioned a bit about the bulk sampling. I'm going to talk more. What is considered as the positive economics for the upcoming results going to come from the bulk sampling as we continue on?
So right now, with today's gold price, our break-even point for bulk sampling is around 1.1 gram per ton gold. And that's at a pilot scale. So in a production scenario where we're not using contractors and paying a larger overhead for extraction, and it's an ongoing operation and not a stop and start operation like bulk sampling, we could probably get those down quite a bit to maybe 0.7 of a gram or something. So it goes to show you, if we're looking at something that's running 2.5 to 3.5 grams, this can be quite profitable at today's gold price.
Talk about another question about your financial position. You recently secured a $2.1 million gold prepayment. How does it strengthen your financial position in that sense?
So what McEwen, what their prepayment has allowed us to do is basically go out and extract the next bulk sample, and the revenues from the bulk sampling has allowed us to continue drilling. So the bulk sample processing is basically helping us advance the project through resource drilling and meeting our milestones into the future of creating a mineral resource, getting a production permit in place, and completing the technical studies that need to be done to advance this project.
So as you move forward and continue to transition into become a producer, and how do you think the market should be re-rating you?
Well, I think we're undervalued, but I think a lot of companies do. But not a lot of companies can do what we're doing with almost no capital influx to start production. Because our mineralization is flat and at surface, we're able to extract it with minimal costs and get gold revenue out quickly. So we are going to take this thing into production, but it's going to be small scale production just to grow the size of the gold system. So we don't want to become a producer. Like this project ultimately, if we can get to a certain size, it'll probably be we'll gain the interest of mid-tiers and majors. But what we were able to do is use cash flow from a small production profile to not have to continuously dilute shareholders and use that capital to build out the size of the gold system and basically the economics of what this could be.
Great. My last question for you is, we know as an investor point of view, the team is also important, management team, and how we move forward to this project. And Inventus has been around for some time, but can you tell us a bit about your team now? Do you believe this is the right team to move this project forward?
Yeah, so back in 2014 or 2024, they appointed me as president, and I basically kicked off this exercise where we're drilling larger diameter core because we do have some variability in the grade of this thing, and that's basically helped us get confidence that we're going to get a resource. And so we've got a good team in place, we've got a good plan, and I think the project, even though we've been around for a while, with the change in gold price and some of these technical advantages we've got, I think now is the time for us to take this project to the next level.
Thank you, Wesley, for sharing your story with us here today.
All right, thanks, Gilbert.